Alright, what's going on, everyone? Hello, hello, and welcome. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Darkside Phil here on the stream, and welcome to my gameplay stream for today. Today is April 7th, 2016, the day after my birthday. I am 1 year older, 1 year wiser, 1 year uglier. Because that's the bottom line. You don't get any better looking the older you get. Yes. And I am ready to return to Dark Souls 3. I am ready. The question is, are you ready? Are you ready for more? Because I'm always ready. Yeah, whatever. So, for those of you who have been following the playthrough, for those of you who've been enjoying it, thank you. Appreciate that. As you notice, I haven't gone super crazy hardcore into the game as of yet, simply because, number one, I am playing it early, and I know that tons of people who are going to play the game for themselves do not want to be spoiled and have not been watching my playthrough purposely because of that. I've been told by numerous people. Whoa, excuse me. Can you tell I'm drinking seltzer water this morning? But anyway, I've been told by numerous people, you know, normally I would watch your playthrough, but since you were playing it in advance, I'm going to hold off until I play it myself, and as I play it myself, then I'll watch your playthrough along with, you know, my playing of the game. That's great. A lot of people actually did that with Fallout 4 when I got the game a little early, and so I really am not worried whatsoever about that. But I am happy that many of you have been following along the playthrough. If you remember where we left off, the last stream that I did of this was this past weekend, and I actually went to the Cathedral of the Deep, and I pretty much cleared the whole area of everything. If you remember, I went through and had to go through this graveyard full of zombies. Once I got past the zombies, I was able to climb to the cathedral stairs, go all the way around the rooftop, all the way around the back entrance. Finally got inside the cathedral, saw some giants, saw some pretty crazy stuff. I skipped a lot of it, admittedly. And what I mean by that is I didn't fight a lot of it. It's not that I didn't get past it. I did, but I did not necessarily fight every single enemy and every single thing going on in the cathedral. Because I was more on an exploration run than anything else. Okay? So, some people have contacted me and said, Phil, you realize you missed a lot of stuff in the cathedral. You know, those giants, if you actually try to fight them and you kill them, you'll get crafting items that are really useful. And, and some other people are like, you know, if you had looked a little bit more thoroughly, there was a path or a secret path to get to the top of the cathedral, the top floor, and there's some good items up there that you've missed. And, you know, I understand that. I understand that there's people who probably want to see me go back and check it out. I don't know how much I'm going to be going to go back. I think I will go back initially and go back to the, you know, where the boss was, the deacons, and go back to that kind of throne room and look around. It's really not a throne room. It's more like a altar, right? And maybe go around doing stuff and seeing what I can find, but I don't know how thoroughly I'm going to be going back and thoroughly checking out the entire cathedral in detail. I mean, let's be completely honest here. Most of it is just, you know, a tough one-off random-ass enemy that'll probably give you an item drop that I might or might not even need. You know what I mean? I killed the boss, which is what you needed to do to progress in the game. So, ladies and gents, I will be playing for around 3.5 hours today. And here's the good news. There's good news for you. If you have been a fan of my Dark Souls 3 playthrough, if you want to see me play it more often, you're mad that I've only been playing it like once or twice a week, the good news is, starting today, I'll be playing it far more often. Okay? This week's big release was Quantum Break, which I've been playing, and it looks like, by all intents and purposes, I'm probably going to finish up my first run in the game tomorrow, which means really it's opening up my schedule for the next week, because there's not much going on besides the new Ratchet & Clank game, which I have decided I will be playing. So really, this next week is going to kind of be a balance between the new Ratchet & Clank and Dark Souls 3, kind of offsetting each other, okay? And, you know, that's kind of the deal. I know that it's been only 1 or 2 times a week I've been playing. I'm going to play this today. I'm probably going to play Dark Souls 3 on Saturday. I may play it on Monday. I may even play it more often than that, simply because at this point it's kind of the major focus. You know, Dark Souls 3 officially releases in North America in stores on Tuesday. So then I'll definitely be going in, you know, head first and trying to get as far as I can in the game. It might not be every single day. I may alternate on purpose, so that way I, you know, don't get too burnt out. And I think that is the key with these games from Software, is to not get completely burnt out by overplaying. If I've been playing Dark Souls 3 every single day for hours on end, I probably would be incredibly frustrated. But the way I'm doing it, I space it out, and then I crave it. I'm like, man, you know, I really want to get back to Dark Souls 3. And then I play it, and, you know, it's incredibly challenging. It's funny to see me die and fail. But then when I get through it, it's like, cool. And then, you know, take a few days off to kind of cool down and get ready for the next session. So that's kind of the deal. And I'm pretty excited for more gameplay today. I think that I'll be doing, you know, like I said, maybe go back to the cathedral for a little bit to start, see what I can find initially, and then probably go on to the catacombs. Because if you remember, and this is going back almost 2 weeks now, in the catacombs where I was exploring, there's 2 different areas to go. There's the doorway that leads to this really cool looking staircase with all these candles and shit, and I never went up the staircase. That's one way to go. And then the other way is where I found a bonfire that leads deeper into the catacombs. And I get the feeling that it's probably 2 different branching paths, like we've already had in the game, where you have the option to go to 2 different places. It's probably what it is. It's going to lead us to 2 completely different areas of the game that I need to unlock. And the bottom line is I got really far in the catacombs, and I get the feeling that I'm probably near a boss, at least in one direction. I just don't know which direction is the direction to get to the boss. So we'll see. You know, I might do that today as well. We'll have to see, you know, how far I get, and, you know, how I'm feeling. So, Nismo in the stream chat says, any word on a DSP tries it for this week? Absolutely, there will 100% be a DSP tries it this weekend, Saturday, on the King of Hate vlogs, and there will also be one next week. I can guarantee 2 back-to-back weeks of DSP tries it. There may be more as well, but right now I know for sure I have 2 kind of on deck ready to go, and they're good ones. One of them is something that people have been asking me for like crazy. Another one is something that I didn't even know existed, and I just stumbled upon it and said, okay, let's give it a shot. So there you go. So what else is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Let's talk a little bit. Quantum Break, I've been playing all week, and I'll be honest with everyone. I am pretty... Is upset the word? No. I guess disappointed is the word. I'm disappointed with the reception for Quantum Break. And allow me to explain why, okay? As you know, I love narrative-based games. Games like Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, the Telltale episodic games, Life is Strange. You know, all these games are very gameplay light. But I love those style of games. A good story tied in with interactivity of a video game, in my opinion, is a great experience, and it's a lot of entertaining fun. And over the years, I actually think the playthroughs that I've done of the more narrative-based games have been some of the best. I mean, just look at Until Dawn last year. That certainly was not a game with a lot of gameplay, but that game was a hell of a fun game, and people loved my playthrough of it. Well, unfortunately, Quantum Break, for whatever reason, is not being given the benefit of the doubt, in my opinion. And I guess some critics slammed it, and every day as I play this game, people are coming into the stream and saying some pretty ridiculous things. Like, the game will play one of its live-action cutscenes, which is pretty interesting, in my opinion, that they're integrating this into a full-fledged retail release. I haven't seen anything like that since the 1990s with, like, the Sega CD and the 3DO. And the fact that they're doing it in the modern era, and it actually is working in the game, and that your choices actually change what the live-action scenes are going to be, I find it pretty interesting. Now, I also have lots of criticisms on Quantum Break. I think that the gunplay of the game sucks. I think that what they tried to do, they tried to take a game that would have been narrative based, like a game like Beyond Two Souls or Until Dawn or Heavy Rain, and they tried to make it, oh well, it's not like that. It has gameplay. It has third-person shooter gameplay, and I don't think they needed to do that. It almost feels more shoehorned in than anything else, and I don't think that it's as good, in my opinion, as games that really focus on the narrative. I think that they kind of went a little bit awry with this game. They could have had a really great experience, but because they wanted to say, oh, well, it has gunplay, it has all this, I think that it's actually kind of cheapens the game. And I think what a lot of people have been hearing from people playing the game is, oh, the gameplay kind of sucks, and so people come in and are like, well, it's a game where the gunplay sucks and has live action cutscenes, it's not a game, fuck this. See, now I disagree. I can see a game for what it does well and what it has faults in. And I think that the narrative, the story, the interactivity of choosing paths in the game, and the live-action cutscenes of Quantum Break are actually really good. I think that the gameplay, the gunplay, is terrible. I'll be honest, I don't think it's good at all. It's too generic, and it's kind of been here, there, done that. It feels like a combination of, say, Infamous with a game like Alan Wake or Max Payne, which is incidentally the two previous games that this studio has made. But what pisses me off is that people completely write off the game. Oh, well, I heard that this game sucks. I'm not going to check out anything because I heard that it has live action cutscenes and the game shouldn't have that. And I heard the gunplay sucks, so forget it. And it's like, in my opinion, this is the kind of game that you would actually want to watch someone play. It's paying $60 for a game where the majority of the interactivity gameplay is kind of shitty. I could understand people's criticisms there. But this is a game that I think lends itself well to a Let's Play. I do. I think this is the kind of game maybe skip and watch someone play it just to get the experience of the story, because the story so far has been riveting. I really have enjoyed it. So that's kind of my take on it, at least for now. Now, keep in mind, I haven't beaten it yet. Tomorrow, I'm going to be returning to it, and it looks like finishing up my first run, because I'm pretty much mostly through Act 4, and the game only has 5 acts. So I get the feeling I'll probably be finishing it tomorrow, and then what I'll do is I'll formulate my final opinion, and I'll probably be making a review of it tomorrow night. What I'm planning on doing, and this is something that I've never done before, okay, is I think what I'm going to do is do a second run through the game, but it's going to be an edited run. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is I'm not going to do it on stream because, as you know, there is the repetitive third-person gameplay in it that I've already done. What I think I'll do is I may do like a speed run through the game, not grabbing any logs or anything, and it'll all be done offline. So maybe like next week during my second sessions, that's what I'll be doing. And I'll basically just get to the points in the game where you make the critical story choices, and then I will obviously record and commentate the opposite choice of what I did in my first run in Quantum Break, show you the alternated cutscene of what happens, see if the gameplay changes at all because of the choices that I've made. So I think that would be fun to see the opposite side. The thing is, I don't think anyone wants to see me do the gunplay again. No one wants to see the repetitive, identical cutscenes again. So I'll probably skip all that. I'll say, oh, here's what happens, the critical moment, alternate choice. And, you know, that's the video, and I kind of skip to it or whatever. Okay? That's kind of what I'm planning on. Now, I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know how well received it'll be. We'll see, because the bottom line is maybe I'll beat the game tomorrow and be like, the end was kind of deflating and now I don't really want to play anymore. So, we'll see. I'll figure it out. I'll see for myself what I want to do. But that's kind of the rough plan, where this next week will be Dark Souls 3 and Ratchet & Clank on my main streams, and then at night maybe I'll be doing the Quantum Break second run. So, we'll see. We shall see. Alright, everyone. So that's really it. I guess I'll just do the gratuitous plugs and then we'll get started. Sound good? I actually need to turn on my lamp. I forgot to turn on my lamp to get some lighting in here so you can see me for when I turn on the webcam. And I also need to bring my keyboard over. My keyboard's over on my other side of my office. I'll grab that quick so I could update the death count because I'm pretty sure we're going to die today. All right. So, ladies and gents, thank you for being here on the stream. I appreciate you being here. If you enjoy all the stuff that I do on a daily basis, the live stream, the on-demand videos, the vlogging, the edited content, and you really enjoy this free content that I put out for you every day, and you want to see it continue to be successful, there are several ways that you can support my business. All right? Number one, first and foremost, watch the videos. Duh. Not much you could, elaborate on that. Watching my stuff obviously is helping. Okay? Number two, spread the word. Tell people, wow, Phil's doing great content. He's doing this playthrough. He's doing that stream. You're going to want to tune in. The more people that know, the better. Number three, social media. At They Call Me DSP on Twitter. Instagram.com/TheyCallMeDSP. You can follow me on either of those. In fact, this morning I finally hit, actually I think it was last night, I hit over 2,000 Instagram followers, which is pretty awesome. Thank you for that if you are a follower of mine on Instagram. I've got some 21,000 Twitter followers. Of course, on Twitter, a lot of people who follow you are bots. I know that for a fact. But thank you to any of you who do follow me on Twitter. If you don't, you might want to consider it because daily I update my schedule so you know what's going to happen the next day. I will give you any kinds of news and updates on my content. In addition, I usually do different kinds of commentary on different things, such as movies and television that I'm watching. I'll share a picture of a good meal, or when I go out and I see something interesting, I'll post up a picture or whatever. It's fun, and it keeps you in the know on what I'm doing. And if you are following me on social media, please consider faving, liking, or retweeting tweets that you like. Because the bottom line is the more people who do that, the more viewership there is, which gives me more reach, which helps the business. Social media is key to business success in this day and age, so please consider it. Number three, or excuse me, this is actually number four. In the description of every live stream and video that I put out, you will see a link to the Amazon Associates account. If you live in the United States of America and you already shop on Amazon, it's a no-brainer. Please just click that link and then go shop as usual on Amazon.com. And anything that you order during that session, I will actually get referral credit for, and it helps. So thanks to those who already do that, and please consider doing it if you live in the United States and you already shop on Amazon. If you're international outside of the U.S., sadly the code does not work, and I apologize for that. Number 5. We're up to number 5. Patreon at patreon.com/DarksidePhil. We just finished up a big pledge drive in March. We hit our goal, which means we're going to have a Blizzard Marathon at the end of the month. Right now, World of Warcraft is in a resounding lead. So it looks like unless some crazy amount of people come out of the woodwork and say, oh, we forgot to vote, and start voting, I'm probably going to be playing World of Warcraft, but we'll see. Okay? But if you pledge at patreon.com/DarksidePhil, not only are you going to get personal perks dependent on your pledge level, you also contribute to a big monthly goal. And I'm pretty sure I know what I want to do for the goal this month. It's a good idea. I think it's something that people will like. And so yeah, I'll be posting that up probably within a week or so. So that way people know what the goal is for this month. But yeah, Patreon's a big way to help me. It really is. This year in particular, facing some financial hardships and difficulties and challenges. And, trying to see by the end of this year if it's still viable to do this full-time. Right now I'm doing it full-time, but I don't know if I'll be able to continue to do it full-time due to some changes that have happened. But Patreon is a major way to help me and to keep me doing this full-time if you like my stuff. Okay? So please consider pledging. By the way, it's not about giving a huge pledge. I've seen a bunch of people say, well, I would pledge to Patreon, but I just don't have a lot of money. It's not about a lot of money. The most successful people who use Patreon have a ton of people who give almost like the smallest amount. $1 a month actually helps. If all you can afford is $1, please consider pledging it. It can help. For me, it adds up. If I have hundreds of thousands of people giving $1, it'll help me to keep doing this in the full time. Don't just kind of shirk it off and say, a dollar's nothing, it's not going to help him. It's not true. It's certainly not true at all. Okay? So please check it out. Patreon.com/DarksidePhil. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, my girlfriend's business, The Black Currant, spelled Currant. She sells handmade glycerin soaps and wax tart melts. And she actually had a great day yesterday. She had a one-day sale where she reduced the price on all of her wax tarts. And she ended up getting 3 orders just based off of the sale, which is pretty damn cool. She's going to do stuff like that from time to time, from what I'm to understand, kind of flash sales. So you're going to want to keep your eyes and ears open around her stuff and around my streams, obviously. I'll talk about it. But yeah, I use nothing but her soap when I wash. We melt her wax tarts here. My parents absolutely love her stuff because they have 3 cats, and they can't have candles burning in the house. So they use these wax tart melts as a safe way to make the house smell great. Her soaps are high quality. They're better than the stuff you buy in the stores most often than not, because they're not detergent bars. They're actual soap made of glycerin base, which is good for your skin. It's healthy for you. So check it out at etsy.com/shop/The Black Currant, spelled Currant. You're going to like it. I like the stuff, and the bottom line is, a lot of people are skeptical and say, why does Phil advertise this on a gamer stream? Gamers don't care about that. Let me tell you, the majority of our customers have probably been people who watch our stuff. They tried out the soaps, and they're like, holy shit, these are great. She's got tons of repeat customers. She shipped hundreds of orders all around the world. She ships internationally. She just reduced her shipping cost in the United States for people who want to try it out and maybe just buy 1 or 2 things. Check it out. It's definitely worth it. All right? Is that alright? Is okay? Is that alright? Alright. Well, everyone, I think it is now time for us to start with the stream of Dark Souls 3. Thank you for being patient while I did the pre-stream. Now we shall begin. Sound good? Alright, without further ado, let's get the show on the road.